What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locked In Baseball Podcast. I am William Locke, and joining me as he does for every episode is Luis Barranco. It is Wednesday, October 10th, 2025, and we are here gathered for our 2025 Yankee Funeral. How's it going, Luis?
It's the hope that kills you.
Did you have hope at tonight?
It did. Maple Leaf, Canadian Bacon, USA, Yankees in 5. But 100% they did not get the memo tonight, as they decided to choke on their bats tonight. And in the one playoff game where they actually get length from their starters, the bullpen decides to screw it all up tonight. For lack of a better term. I want to say so many things, but since I am live on air and I know people around the globe and on YouTube, this is getting recorded and posted on public platforms, I will restrain my words. But yet again, every single year, rinse and repeat. Here we are, seated in our seats, you in Chicago, where it's probably, what's crazy is like this year was earlier. So like Groundhog Day came earlier. You're not wearing long sleeves, and it's still at 90 degrees out here. So
yeah.
I mean, what can I say? Should I just begin breaking it down? Do we have to talk about what happened tonight? I feel like it's just reliving a car crash or reliving like it feels like getting broken up with again by the same girl like 2 or 3 times over and over again. It's like, what's the deal? We know what happened. The Yankees freaking lost again. They went to 4 series. They lost 5-1. Cam Strittler wasn't great, but he was good enough.
5-2. They did score late.
Who cares? It's like when the Jets this season. The Jets and Justin Fields in the fourth quarter scoring touchdowns. Whoop-de-frickin' do. Who cares? They still lost the game. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares about the score line. What matters is wins and losses. Again, I will quote Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. And that's what happened tonight. What can I say? I can come here and say that I did not agree with Boone's managerial decisions. But we've done that every single freaking podcast. Anthony Volpe again choking on his bat again, striking out and taking bad ABs. What else? What else can I come on and say? The bullpen tonight wasn't great. We could just look. I look like a complete idiot. Like people who probably watch this podcast for time on. It's like the definition, you're going to say the definition of insanity. Expecting the same results, expecting different results when you change nothing. And there's going to be the same results for one. And we should have seen this coming. Again, yes, Yankees do need a major change, but guess what? They're owned by Hale frickin' Steinbrenner. And what is Hale frickin' Steinbrenner going to do? Absolutely nothing. As long as he keeps filling his pockets and we keep talking about this team and we keep buying chicken tender buckets and keep making offseason storylines about, Kyle Tucker is going to be a Yankee. Well, we both know they're not cracking open that checkbook. Like, I'm going to just be honest with all these Yankee fans and listeners. Like, I'm not going to get duped here. Like, next year's a new CBA. Nobody knows what's going to happen with it.
27.
But nobody knows what's going to happen. Do you expect the Yankees to put in a $330 million payroll like the Yankees and Mets? Like the Mets and the Dodgers? No, absolutely not. Let's just be honest. Like, we're going to get Spencer Jones next year, and that's going to be the shiny new toy in the outfield. Then we'll get some repurposed veteran. Like this year it was Goldschmidt. Another year it was Rizzo. We'll get some repurposed veteran and be like, he's better than what we had last year. But yet again, Goldschmidt was I don't want to say unplayable, but yet again, this year, like tonight, he wasn't good defensively. He was making, he was having ball handling issues again. It's like there's a play that I think it was in the 5th or the 6th inning where it could have been a double play, but he fumbles it. And yet again, I mean, we can indict the whole roster on how they're puppies and not dogs, but yet again, what are we going to get next year? We're going to get the same freaking thing. And I'm sorry, they just got pumped by a bunch of AAA and AA guys. It's true. The Toronto Blue Jays, a lot of their guys were just Double A and Triple A guys that started this year. It is right there and obvious. And I'm not giving them any like.
We got to give them credit.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving round of applause to Toronto Blue Jays. You played small ball. John Schneider, you outmanaged Aaron freaking Boone with a $300 million payroll of a team and how many all-stars. Like, you did a great job. The Yankees literally just aren't it's just, like I said, it's insanity. Expecting something different when you have the same thing there. And I'm sorry. What are we gonna talk about tonight? William, would you like to say something different? Continue to be like, oh yeah, well, we're going to talk about Anthony Volpe, and it's the same thing. We talk about the same things every freaking podcast, and every time, what do we get? Oh, we get 1 or 2 good weeks, and we forget. And here we are, the culmination of the season. They're not lifting up the freaking pennant. They've regressed. A better roster, but freaking regressed. And what are we going to do next year? Another waste of year, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, let's go through the game a little bit because there were moments that could have swung it. One of the keys to the game for me today was Cam Schlittler getting through the first, and you get the leadoff double from Springer, you get the fly out, and you had first base open to Vladdy. You decide to pitch to Vladdy. No idea why you do that in that situation with first base open. Of course, he rips the single to right field. That's the thing with the Blue Jays, man. They're not trying to do too much with the baseball. They, like you said, it's a bunch of guys that most people haven't heard of. Ernie Clement, Addison Barger. Addison Barger had like a cue ball shot to third base for a single today. Ernie Clement, I feel like every time Ernie Clement came up, he was getting a hit. I mentioned Barger, Miles Straw, Andres Jimenez, was giving the Yankees tough at bats. Anthony Santander had a terrible season, but he was up there battling. They had the second fewest strikeouts in all of baseball this season, and it showed. That that lineup felt like more of a cohesive lineup. Where everyone was kind of synced together. They fed off one another. They handed the baton off to the next man. And the Yankees were just a collection of guys trying to go up there and hit home runs. Their approach very rarely changed from at-bat to at-bat or from pitch to pitch for Yankee players. The one lone exception, a guy that had a good 2-strike approach this whole season was Cody Bellinger. And of course, he's the guy that struck out to end the season.
not on the final splitter, my guy. That splitter was way out of the zone. It seemed like he was thinking about going home. He was thinking about free agency. He was thinking about that money he's going to get.
He was thinking about Cancun. He was thinking about Cancun.
Cancun, Cabo, Bahamas. I don't know.
Cancun. You hear that music?
I don't care.
Cancun.
Anything you say right now is not going to take me off planet Pluto, because right now I'm off planet Pluto. On planet Pluto, and I'm gonna go to the moon right now.
So yeah. Anyways, that was a key moment in the game. Schlittler was great. I mean, regardless, but besides that, he went 6 1/3, 8 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks.
Slow down. He wasn't great. He was good enough tonight. He was good enough.
He was great for the circumstances. He wasn't as good as he was against Boston, but what he did against Boston was an iconic start. Then you have the McMahon home run in the third to tie it up. Games 3-3. You're feeling pretty good at that point. The Yankees still really hadn't gotten anything going against Blue Jay pitching. The bullpen game had been working for them so far. And it really worked for them the whole game. Then in the fifth, you got the leadoff single from Clement. Jimenez, like I said, good at bat, has the single, and then Springer sac fly. You're able to get out of the inning relatively unscathed, 1 run. Okay, you feel like you can still come back at that point. Next inning, 7, 8, 9 in the lineup, 1, 2, 3, turn it over, back to Toronto. 1, 2, 3 there. The Yankees in the sixth, you had first and second with 2 outs. Jazz grounds out to second. Again, another at bat where I feel like Jazz was trying to do too much. And doesn't have the approach of trying to take the ball the other way and kind of hit the ball where it's pitched. And
why are we reliving the car crash? Why are we reliving the breakup all over again?
Because there were moments in this game, and then in the seventh the seventh was the game deciding moment when you have
Smoltz said it. Smoltz freaking said it.
Yeah, you strike out Springer. It's the Jimenez. It's okay. So it's the Santander foul out. Ryan McMahon makes the incredible catch, probably one of the best catches of the season. Then Clement singles, of course, because it's what he does. First pitch single. I felt like that guy was getting hit every single time he was up at the plate. And you got 1 out, and Andres Jimenez, the 9-hole hitter, hits a tailor-made double play to Jazz Chisholm, and he doesn't make the play. And it doesn't It just bounces off the heel of his glove, maybe his palm. And that makes it 1st and 3rd. You get Springer to strike out. You feel good about that. But then Nathan Lucas, another one of those, the Yankees were better than the Blue Jays on paper, but paper doesn't win games. Players on the field win games, and the Blue Jays played better on the field. There's no denying it. They were the better baseball team on the field this whole series, except for Game 3. And even for parts of Game 3, they were the better team. The Lucas single 4-1, it's over at that point. I know the Yankees fought back a little bit. In the 8th, they had the bases loaded. Wells goes up there swinging first pitch. I mean, why are you swinging first pitch on a guy that was struggling to throw strikes? And then you get to the 9th, and Judge, of course, doubles or singles in the run for Dominguez, and ends the season on a high note for Judge. Again, was incredible this postseason. We can get into numbers later. But Bellinger goes down swinging. And that's the season. So there were moments in this game that they could have won it, but they didn't.
But who cares about moments? He still freaking lost the game. Yet again, every freaking game, there was moments where they could have turned the game on their head, and they couldn't. At Game 1, they had the bases loaded, and what did they do? Same thing as Red Sox Game 1. They had bases loaded again. They didn't get a single run at the end. It doesn't matter. This team cannot hit in big moments. We've seen it time and time again. They either blow you out, or they, when it comes to the close game, like, I can't think of a close game right now off the top of my head. I know heat of the moment, but I can't think of a close game right now that they won this season.
Game 2 against Boston last week was close. It was like 4-3.
Still, but other than that, really?
Well, I think last night was a 3-run game, right?
Yeah, but they literally, were mashing. They're a team of mashers, William. They're a freaking team of mashers. None of them, again, Blue Jays, they pitch the contact, very short swings. They get the bat to the ball and get singles and get on base, and then they just manufacture runs. What do the Yankees do? Stanton, homer guy. Aaron Judge, yeah, he's all around, but hey,
he's the best hitter in the game.
He's hitter in the game. Stanton, homer guy. Who else am I missing? Jazz Chisholm. We all know Jazz Chisholm is like Russell West. Like, he's slowly becoming, and I don't want to say this because I know I'm very mad, but he's slowly becoming to Javi Baez. He's becoming the Russell Westbrook of baseball in a sense. He's a way better defender. No, I'll slow down on that one before I said. Jazz Chisholm is a great all-star level caliber player, but sometimes with the things he does on the field, and I'm a big Jazz defender. Everybody knows I'm a big Jazz defender, but sometimes the stuff he does on the field, the way he acts, he does himself no favors. And I love the attitude, but you got to understand, you bring yourself the consequences. And he's a great player. He's worth every single penny. It's just you got to surround the team around those, players. Some players have, nobody's perfect in that lineup. You got to build a lineup around that. And simply, they're just not good enough. I'm sorry, not good enough. I don't want to hear it. The starting pitching, this $300-400 million starting pitching wasn't great.
Horrible. It was horrible. 18 plus ERA through 3 games in this series.
The only guy who showed up was Schlittler.
The only pitcher that showed up in the series was a freaking rookie. What does that tell you, man? That's embarrassing.
In both series that showed up.
And that's the thing. They lose the DS. Everyone's devastated. But were they going to make the World Series? Were they going to win the World Series? No. There's no way.
It doesn't matter. What are they going to do, William? What are they going to do next year? Nothing. You're stuck in this eternal block until Aaron Judge freaking retires.
What?
And what are they going to do?
Until Aaron Judge retires, then you're even more screwed when Aaron Judge retires.
They're not going to spend money. What are they going to do? They're going to trot out Volpe, Stanton in the crowd again. They're literally becoming the Dallas Cowboys of baseball, unfortunately.
Yeah, Freed did cook in Boston against Boston Game 1.
He did, but then he got cooked again in game 2.
That was
cooked.
The Game 2 start almost wiped out the Boston start to me.
He was fried. Instead of Freed, he was fried.
Yeah,
man, he got fried by that lineup. Which I know Twitter is going crazy with the allegations. That there's allegations that Toronto's cheating and everything, but I'm not buying it. I mean, Toronto's been a great offense all year. And, some teams just play better at home than on the road. Simple as.
Pretty much every team plays better at home than on the road. They were a better team. There's really no other way to put it. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero hit .529 in this series with a 1.609 OPS and 3 home runs. 9
hits, 9 RBIs. Congrats, my guy. You're making MLB history. You show up in big moments.
Can you imagine he didn't signed that contract, and he was going to be a free agent this year.
Oh, he
I
would
know.
not.
Sorry, I know the regular season wasn't legendary, but what he did this series was.
He would have gotten 6. But I honestly, really, I have nothing more. This team's dead to me. I don't know what to tell you, my guy.
Ernie Clement, 643 with a 1.554 OPS. Like I said, every time he was coming up, he was getting a hit. Dalton Varsho, 438, 1.471 OPS. Aaron Judge on the postseason. I mean,
Incredible.
26 at bats, 7 games, 500 batting average, 1.273 OPS with that clutch home run, which that's another kind of thing that sucks about the Yankees losing is Judge has that iconic moment in Game 3, and it's no one's going to remember it really because they lost the very next game and they lost in the division series.
But it doesn't matter because, this Aaron Judge cannot be the scapegoat this year. With the statistics of that he did this year, you cannot blame the Yankees' playoff troubles on Mr. Aaron Judge. It lies on the starting pitching in this series and the other guys. Your other guys were terrible, and it's just a matter. I can't say much more. I mean, I want to blame Boone, but I think everybody, we're all going to blame Boone for something. I mean, blame the front office for not using Jason Dominguez. I mean, it's criminal. Jason Dominguez gets 1 playoff AB and he gets a double. Trent Grisham was horrible this postseason. Trent Grisham was hitting under freaking 200. And you're not telling me when your back's against the wall or you need a spark, why don't you just play Dominguez? I understand he's a young player, but I mean, what is he going to do? He's going to do any better than Trent? I mean, of course, Trent's had a great freaking regular season, but at some point, you're going to have to make harsh decisions. And, I mean, Ben Rice, I don't care if it's the lefties, righties. Ben Rice is one of the best hitters in that ball club. And he only got 1 AB tonight. And in the 1 AB, he manufactured a walk tonight.
He did work a walk. He had some uncompetitive at-bats against lefties at points this series. He wasn't as good this series as he was.
The splitter, but you gotta get, at this point, you gotta give him the run, man. You gotta give it a try. You gotta try, you gotta throw. I mean, William, you have to throw all your freaking bullets. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna take your timeouts in the next game. You're gonna take your freaking pinch hitters and bullpens for the next game. There is no tomorrow. The series is freaking over. Season's over.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rice is going to be Rice should be the first baseman next season. Thing is, he can't play, like, he's not a good defender at first, at catcher. When's the last time the Yankees developed a good hitter? Or sorry, a good defender?
That's fixable. I don't care, William. I don't care. If you pitch well enough and you hit well enough, that can be masked up.
Cody Bellinger, 214, 651 OPS in the playoffs.
I don't care. He's probably gone. There was a report from, I think it was NJ.com from Clapshick, and he was like, oh, yeah, he's probably not coming back. And guess what? We're going to be in the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes. And guess what's not happening?
They're not getting Kyle Tucker.
They're not getting Kyle Tucker. It's like me asking out freaking Margot Robbie or Sydney Sweeney. It's just not happening. It's not happening, my guy.
He'll be a Dodger or something.
He'll get like $500 million with deferred cash. Yankees don't do deferred cash. Yankee accounting is still stuck in the 1990s and the 2000s Y2K era. They need to pull up some Enron interns from back in the day, and maybe they can fix it up, or maybe get some interns from the Dodgers or Tampa. I have nothing more.
Yeah, it'll probably be. I don't know. They call up Jones, let him play left field, or they'll probably give Jason some run. I think he'll be on the team next year. Give him some run in left field, Judge and right, and then I don't think Grisham's not coming back after what he did this postseason.
We'll get some repurposed veteran out in the outfield. Great player, multi-gold glove. Like, is Harrison Bader a free agent?
I think so.
Oh, Harrison Bader will be the sign. The reunion, all gold. They'll be like, oh, Gold Glover, great in the past. It'll be like that. And then they'll get some bullpen arm, like coming off a down year. Oh, the Yankee Matt Blake, this vaulted Matt Blake pitching lab can fix it.
Kirby Yates. Look 39-year-old Kirby Yates.
Look what happened to Jonathan Loizaga. Look what happened to Luke Weaver. Look what happened to Devin Williams for the whole season till the end, which we have to give a
Clap
round
it
of
up for
applause,
Williams.
Williams. I wish you the best. I know you will not be resigning in New York. You will not be in the Bronx at 161, but I wish you the best wherever Central Block team or on the West Coast, whatever team you go to and you get your money, man. Look, valiant effort for taking the brutal abuse of the Yankee fans from us and actually shutting us up at the end of the season. Like, that deserves cojones, my guy. Like, clap it up, resiliency to the max. I hope you get your payday. Probably going to be somewhere like San Diego or San Francisco. Hope you're back closing games out there and you're pitching the sub-2 ERA and like 40 saves. We'll see you in the All-Star game in Philadelphia.
Yeah. 41-year-old Justin Turner is going to be a free agent, so I'm sure the Yankees will inquire about him.
Justin Turner signing a great batter all-star on the Cubs, will be platooning at first and third, DHing on days that Stanton cannot hit because of his elbow injury. Like, I'm waiting for it. We're waiting for it.
I don't want to step on the offseason preview too much because we'll get to that. I think it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the Yankees. For this series, a lot of people I think are going to want to try to lay blame somewhere, but I don't really think there's anywhere you can point your fingers besides the players themselves. We talked about how the other guys didn't show up. Aaron Judge was incredible. He was kind of the one guy that really showed up throughout the entire playoffs, and everybody else was kind of just okay. They had some moments in Game 3 against Toronto and the lone win in that series, but going through the stats, I mean, it's pretty grim. Bellinger, bad postseason. Chisholm was bad. Volpe was genuinely abysmal. I mean, it was like 0 for 12.
What's new, William? Is the sky blue?
He's not a major league player. He was like 0 for 12 for his last at-bats.
Can I also say something before you continue with that stat on the Volpe?
Yeah.
Can we ban the freaking Yankee turtlenecks? Like, they're stating the Yankee turtlenecks to an eternity. I don't want to see any ankle turtlenecks coming out in the postseason unless you do a moment. That should be like the Michigan, the decals, how in college football, Ohio State does the decals, or earning your stripe on the helmet. You should not be wearing a Yankee turtleneck, boomer take, until you do something in the postseason or you win something. I don't care. Like, you should not be wearing those turtlenecks. Those turtlenecks have defining aura. And you're staining the freaking aura of the Yankee turtleneck.
And it wasn't even cold this offseason or this October yet. It really hasn't been that cold in New York. So I agree.
It's like the Tiger Woods. It's like the Tiger Woods red polo on Sundays. You're only wearing it when you're in contention. Do not wear the Yankee turtleneck out here, man. Like, it's not good. It's like, why? Why are we doing this?
But yeah, with Volpe, it was like 0 for his last 12 with 10 strikeouts. I mean, some of the most uncompetitive at-bats I've seen, and we've said it all season, he's not a major league player. But he's going to get some type of offseason surgery, and the Yankees will trot him out there at shortstop, and we're all going to be, going crazy next July when he's hitting 210, but playing okay defense, and the Yankees are just going to – it's the same cycle year after year. Giancarlo, for as much as we love him and for as great as he was last postseason – was terrible this October. 192, no home runs, 536 OPS. Not good enough. Austin Wells, apparently going to be the starting catcher for the Dominican Republic in the WBC, which is crazy. Terrible. 227, 488 OPS. Not a good hitter. You got to go out. I don't know. They're not going to change anything at catcher this offseason, but you'd think that they should. I know there's not many great, hitting catchers in Major League Baseball, but it's not like he's an elite defender. I'd rather he's kind of in the middle where he's like a pretty mid hitter and he's a decent defensive catcher. I'd rather just go out and get an elite defensive catcher Patrick Bailey's the standard. We're not going to get someone that good, but that type of player. Grisham, we talked about him. He's a free agent. He was incredible for the Yankees all season. Had so many great moments. 138 batting average in the postseason with a 426 OPS. The guys around Aaron Judge didn't show up, and it's a damn shame because the 1 year Aaron Judge finally goes nuclear in the postseason, pretty much nobody else wanted to show up for him. And I feel for the guy. He had his moment in Game 3. He's the best hitter I've seen in my life, and you're running out of years with this guy in his prime. It's not but I don't know who, like Boone. Yeah, did he get outmanaged in some games in this postseason? Yes, but is he the sole reason the Yankees are eliminated today? No. I point to the starting pitching and everyone else not hitting. It was purely the players on the field. I think there were moments throughout this season that I thought this team was good enough to make it to an ALCS, maybe make it to a World Series, get out of the American League. Obviously, they struggled a lot in the middle of the summer. But ultimately, when you get down to it, you get to playoff baseball, and you really think about like looking at that starting rotation, and especially if no one else is hitting besides Judge. But if Fried was signed to be a number 2 guy, he was not signed to be the game 1 starter. Cole is supposed to be the game 1 starter. It was always going to be an uphill battle trying to win a World Series in the season that Garrett Cole was on the shelf, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. Rodon's not it. I mean, he's not it. And Schlittler, like we said, your best pitcher this postseason was a rookie. Good for Schlittler, happy for him, but I think that speaks volumes to where this pitching staff is at. Bullpen, chaotic. But it didn't totally burn the Yankees this postseason. It really didn't. We'll see. I mean, Cole comes back probably July, August next season, and hopefully everyone else is healthy. You can talk yourself into it. But this, I don't know. I think something needs to change from an organizational perspective in the way they approach teaching the game, playing the game on the field. We talked about it in June, July when they were struggling, like the organizational arrogance. They think they're the big bad Yankees. They can waltz up to the stadium and win. Everyone's going to be scared of them. It's been 16 years now. And I know that sounds like nothing to like tons of fan bases out there. And it is nothing for most fan bases, 16 years. But it's tied for the second longest streak in Yankee history without winning a World Series. The first was when they were first founded in like 1901. They went 19 years without making it or without winning the World Series. So you're in the danger zone here. It is harder to win a World Series than it's ever been just because of the expanded playoffs and all the rounds you have to get through. But it's another year without Judge hoisting a trophy, and he's the most talented Yankee probably since Mickey Mantle. Better than any player that was on those dynasty teams. But those were teams. This is not a team. It's a collection of individuals.
No comment. But yeah. Oh my God! Fucking boneheaded mistake by Kyle Schwarber cost the Phillies a run out here. As we currently record, it's 3-1 Phillies Dodgers. Bottom Kershaw just got out of jam. So yeah, we continue. Let's talk about other series. Again,
is there anything else we want to hit on for the Yankees 2025 season?
No, they're dead to me. I'm not tracking spring training for the Yankees. I'm taking a vacation in February, and I'm just gonna plop on the game and see what's up. Like I'm not.
We got WBC to distract us this year. Please don't get hurt. If Aaron Judge gets hurt in the WBC, oh my goodness.
Or Tommy John.
Oh my God. Someone's getting off-season surgery that we're just like, oh, it's either going to be Volpe, maybe it'll be Judge.
Hey, WBC. Hey, Austin Wells is going to be the Dominican catcher, my guy. Instead of getting big Gustin Ramirez, we're going to get Austin Wells.
It's a joke.
Which
I can't find a better catcher than Austin Wells.
You tell me you can't find a better catcher in Dominican, like a minor leaguer, better than Austin Wells at this point? Like, really? You can't get big Gus Ramirez from the Marlins?
Is Volpe going to be their starting shortstop?
Hey, man. Using WBC logic, I could play for like the Dominican Republic as well. And I'm not even Dominican Republic. Grandmother's Dominican Republic, so hey, I qualify. USA, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. So, hey, whatever country wants me to play, let's get it.
Yeah. Well, that's something to look forward to as the Yankee fan base at least looks ahead to the long, dark, lonely, cold offseason. Lots of free agents on the books. We'll do a Yankee offseason preview and a general offseason preview after the season. But this is our time of mourning.
We got game fives. Let's talk about some game fives.
Yeah, let's talk about the rest of the series. Yeah, there's still good baseball going on.
We got some game fives tomorrow.
We got one game five as of now.
We got game five. Let's go. We got a big game five. We got Detroit versus Seattle.
Yes, Detroit versus Seattle tomorrow. No,
Let's
Friday.
do
Sorry.
it. Nah, hey, I'm ready to go. The Scooble's going, and I'm gonna put my cojones on the line here. I'm taking Seattle. Seattle's gonna get the Scooble on Friday. Again, I don't know. I feel Seattle's the team of destiny this year. I mean, tough day today. They were up 3-0, and the wheels just came off the bus. 9 straight went out. And I mean, right now, advantage Detroit. I mean, like I said, Detroit 1-1 on the road. They have the home field advantage. They have the Scooble guy going up on Friday, probably the Cy Young. I mean, they should win the series, but we know how Detroit is as a sports city. You know, those Midwestern towns like Detroit, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Chicago, they're all just cursed. So I can just totally see Seattle just popping up on Scooble and putting up 3 or 4 runs and flipping it. I can see Big Dumper taking a big dumpy on Tarek Scooble on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, though. Seattle is a cursed team, too. They haven't ever appeared in the World Series. They haven't made the ALCS since 2001. But I think that's one good thing of the American League side of the bracket this season is, now that the Yankees are eliminated, we are going to see a team, whether it be Detroit, Toronto, or Seattle, that is going to be getting over a hump. They're going to be breaking some type of curse. The Tigers haven't been in the World Series, they haven't won the World Series since '84. They've been in the 2010s. You haven't seen Toronto in the World Series since the '90s, early '90s when they won back to back, and then, like I said, Seattle's never been in it. So that is a positive. But I think one thing and one kind of misconception that people fall into in the postseason is they kind of like assume wins, and I think the biggest thing is like we saw it with the Yankees tonight where they won game 3 and the whole fan base and a lot of sports media was like, oh, well, it's a bullpen game for Toronto in game 4. Like they kind of just chalk up game 4 for the Yankees. You still got to go out and play the game. And sure enough, every single player that the Blue Jays trotted out of the bullpen tonight was on their A game, and the Blue Jays got some timely hits, and the Yankees were totally shut down, and the Yankees lost the game, and the Blue Jays advanced. Same thing happened with Detroit after they won game 1 in Seattle. They steal game 1 without Scooble. Game 2's on the mound. All the Tigers fans were like, oh, we got Scooble on the mound. We're up, basically up 2-0 in this series. And sure enough, they lose that game. They go back to Detroit, lose game 3. And then, they are able to manufacture a comeback in game 4. And now we're heading to a game 5. And we're seeing people already like assuming that they're going to win game 5 because Scooble's on the mound. But it's baseball. You still have to go out there and play the game. Scooble lost game 2. And, Detroit, for as, up and down of a season they've had, watching them try to manufacture runs is kind of like nails on a chalkboard. It's rough at times. They were able to get it going today. I thought a huge moment in the game today was when the Mariners had the bases loaded with nobody out in the 4th inning. Hinch pulls Mize, goes with Kyle Finnegan. Finnegan gets the ground ball double play from Victor Robles. They made it 2-0, but it limited the damage, and then you got JP Crawford to pop up to the catcher. The Mariners only scored 1 run with the bases loaded. And from there, the Tigers tied it 3-3 in the 5th, and they were able to get to the bullpen late and, hit a bunch of home runs. Javier Baez' first playoff home run since 2017. Riley Green went yard. Gleyber Torres went yard. So the bats woke up. But that was an opportunity for Seattle to run away with the game. And good managing by A.J. Hinch. They got out of it, and now they're playing for a game 5 with Scooble on the mound. But you can't assume that they're going to win just because Scooble's on the mound. So I think it can go either way.
Like I said, I mean, Detroit should win. I mean, it's expected to them because they have the home field. Like I said, it's my opinion. My opinion is that it's not a series until you win the road game. And Detroit won the road game, so they have the home field advantage going into Game 5. I mean, you have the best pitcher in baseball.
What do you mean? It's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm getting confused.
Yeah, it's in Seattle.
Okay, well, still, Scooble's still going. They got to win the road. They got to win the game. So, I mean, I'll just be honest. If Seattle doesn't win this game, I think this is a bigger deal with Seattle because, I mean, Seattle's team on paper, again, and Seattle's team this year is built for the postseason. If you're telling me that a rotation of Gilbert, Castillo, and Kirby can't get you over the line, what will get you over the line? And then you have hitters like Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, who in another universe without Aaron Judge would be the MVP. It might very well be the MVP. We don't know yet. I mean,
Could be.
It could be. And you have Eugenio Suarez, who had a great year. I know not the greatest in the second half, but great year. Like if that doesn't get you over the line over a Detroit team that, struggled into this postseason, been struggling the whole second half, and their pitching has been up and down. I mean, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Seattle Mariners fans. And
yeah, I'm going to be honest. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I just think Seattle's going to do it. They have to do it, and they should be the odds-on favorite, in my opinion, to get out of the American League.
I don't know. Seattle, they have to. I mean, this is their best opportunity at making the World Series in a since 2001, obviously, when they won 100+ games. What happened?
Oh, boy.
Ohtani just hit a nuke?
Ohtani was this close.
That's a warning track.
It was huge. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's the first time they have had a clear path to the World Series since we've been conscious baseball watchers. And it sucks because they were up 3-0. I know that fan base. They got a great fan base out there in Seattle. We have a lot of interaction with them on social media and stuff. And just they feel like they're a cursed franchise. They were so close. Tonight they should have closed it out and they didn't. And now you got the opportunity with Scooble. And there's no denying Seattle's a better baseball team than Detroit this year. They just are. Detroit is, if we're being honest, their lineup is just not. It's not good. It's not good.
It's Gleyber Torres. The power of Gleyber Torres. How can you deny Gleyber Torres, the Kerry Carpenter, and Riley Green? I'll just say, from a watchability index, if it's a Detroit Blue Jays, like MLB is kicking themselves. Like they do not want snooze fest. Seattle versus Toronto would actually be fun because think about all those British Columbia fans in Canada making that drive down to Seattle. Like that's going to be an environment in Seattle for a CS.
And I just think it's the two best teams in the American League this season. Toronto's a damn good team. Seattle's a really good team. And I think it could very well go 7 games, that series. Whereas Detroit, I think Toronto would mop the floor with Detroit, especially with Scooble not going to like a game 2 or probably a game 3 in that situation.
Game 3, yeah.
I don't know.
I no offense to Detroit. I just don't want to see Detroit. I don't want to see them advance.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you on that one, to be honest. But it's all to play for. The game time was originally before the Yankees lost. It was like 3:00 Central. I hope they move that back to like a more watchable time.
It's the Tubi Netflix series, my guy.
Okay. Like, they moved it back to 7:08. George Kirby versus Tarek Skubal, Friday night.
And that will be cinema. I will be there. We will all be there sitting down. I will have a nice adult beverage, and I will be watching that game.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game.
It's going to be watchability. I mean, again, keys to the game. I mean, if you can get Scooble out of there by the 5th inning, and I mean, it's all hands on deck. People got to remember, it's win or go home. John Smoltz said it. If you're pulling up to the clubhouse, you are available to pitch at this point in the season. Nobody is not available at this point.
You got to think Toronto's rooting for Detroit, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You think about the Toronto fans would infiltrate Detroit as well. Like think about it from a Toronto perspective.
True.
Like they are going to have, I don't want to say home field advantage, but in both series, they can have a large sum of their fan base still there. Detroit to Toronto isn't that far, and the Blue Jays are Canada's team. So, again, like I said, those Vancouver fans, those fans from British Columbia making that drive down to Seattle, I mean, it's going to be one.
Do people that live in Vancouver, do they root for the Blue Jays or do they root for the Mariners? I have no idea.
And Clayton Kershaw just got taken out deep to left center by JT Realmuto, making it 4-2-1 here in the top of the 8th solo shot.
So it's looking like Philly's going to beat Yamamoto and get to a game 4. This is still 4-1 in the 8th, but all right, they're rocking the powder blue throwbacks tonight,
which was a point of contention. I mean, did you see that they got special They had special permission from Major League Baseball to wear the powder blues.
I did not see that. I saw that they did not pack their road grays though.
Yeah. So, to wrap up Detroit and Seattle, I'm taking Seattle. Tough loss for them today. Like I said, they have all the right ingredients. It's just making sure that they chef it up correctly. Like they got Michelin star ingredients, they got fresh ingredients, they have everything to make it happen. It's just, will their bullpen get it done? And so
Skubal was elite on Sunday. He just missed 2 pitches that got too much of the plate to Jorge Polanco, and he took him deep. He's got to be. There's so much pressure on him because he knows that the lineup's just probably not gonna produce. He's got to. I know they scored 9 runs today, but that's an anomaly. Like he's got to be 7, 8 shut, 1 earned at maximum.
The hitters have to be so hyper aware on that changeup. Like I think if I was a hitter, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, like watching the game, like when the guards were playing him, everyone was swinging at the changeup, just swing. I would just not. I would just avoid swinging at it. And if he drops it in as a strike, like okay, fine, I'll take it looking.
Yeah,
I would try to key in something else. So.
That's going to be a fun one. Tomorrow we got a fun one, Cubs-Brewers game 4. I might be in attendance. I don't know if the time says TBD right now. It's scheduled for 8, but it says subject to change. And obviously it looks like this Phillies-Dodgers game is going to happen tomorrow night. So I hope they don't move the Cubs game up to like 5 o'clock because then I wouldn't go. But if it's at 7, 8, I'm going.
They're probably putting it at 7 o'clock, so 6 o'clock your time. So then they could get the Dodgers game at 10.
10 or 9 Eastern, 8 Central, or 8 Eastern. I don't know.
Something like that. But what do you think? I mean, they got the Quinn Priester tonight. I mean, big win. I mean, they had to get it done tonight.
They scored all of their runs in the first, which is a concern. Priester, 2/3 of an inning, 4 earned, and then the bullpen was flawless from there. Mears, Quintana, Anderson, Koenig, and Patrick. But importantly for the Cubs, their bullpen was flawless pretty much tonight, except Kittredge, who gave up the home run to Bowers in the 7th. But you had Pomerantz, Palencia, Thielbar, and Keller all pitch really well. This game came down to the bases loaded opportunity that the Brewers had in the 8th inning. And then Bowers came up and struck out. Keller got the strikeout there. Then in the 8th, the Brewers went 1-2-3. This was an all-in effort from the Cubs. They had the terrible drop pop-up infield fly in the first because of the sun and everything. No one was there, so there was no infield fly rule called. And that gave the Brewers the lead, and you're thinking, oh boy, like here we go. Yelich with the leadoff double. It's like, all right, Milwaukee's pulling off the sweep here. But the Cubs live to fight another day. I don't know who they have slated to start. The bat's going cold at the last 8 innings is a concern. I'm going to be honest here as well. We talk about Detroit, Seattle. If the Dodgers do end up coming out of that Philly series, which it seems like they're going to, I would much rather see Milwaukee play LA than the Cubs because the Cubs would have no chance against the Dodgers. That their pitching is bad. Their starting pitching is not good. They don't have anyone where it's like, even the Yankees had somebody this postseason where it's like, all right, we got Schlittler in game whatever. The Cubs don't have anybody that they can point to and be like, oh, we got this guy going in this game. We feel good about our chances in this game. They don't have that guy.
I honestly think both of these teams are just cooked when they face whoever Philadelphia or LA goes up against. I mean, I want to believe in the Cubs. But, I mean, the Cubs' bats have been cold at the wrong time. I mean, Kyle Tucker has been awful in the playoffs. I know I bookmarked some stats for Mr. Tucker in the playoffs. Just getting cold at the wrong time. Not something good when you're a free agent to be here. And as I say that, the Phillies scored their 5th and 6th runs. It is 6-1. Trey Turner has broken the game open on Clayton Kershaw on his 34th pitch in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 8th, excuse me. And Yohan Duran was getting warmed up, but I think they're going to sit him down with a 5-run lead. But
good for the Phillies, man. Not going down without a fight. You talk about the Yankees. and all the postseason frustrations they've had. Phillies are the National League version of the Yankees the past 5 years, coming
Oh
up
yeah,
short. So the concerns about the Dodgers are being put on full display today with the pen kind of blowing it up here. That's been the concern with them this postseason. Hasn't come to fruition, but it did tonight. It seems like as
Bomba! Game over.
Schwarber goes yard 8-1. But anyway, yeah. So that game's over.
Oh yeah. Kyle Tucker before yesterday's game was 3 for 17 with a 176 average in the postseason. Two walks and 3 strikeouts. Just very tough to see. Again, like getting cold at the wrong time. And I just think Milwaukee, they haven't named the starter yet. Right now, Freddie Peralta would be on 4 days rest, which
it's
Freddie. Freddie Peralta.
It'll be him, I think.
We'll see. It'll be very interesting. Fly the W's going out in Chicago, giving y'all hope. But again, those bats got to catch fire on Milwaukee, and hopefully y'all can steal that game and go for a do or die, defend home field again.
Michael Busch is having a good postseason, 300 average with a 1.114 OPS, 3 homers. Should have started game 2. I know it was a lefty starter, but they didn't start him there. I think the Brewers would have a chance against the Dodgers. I do. Mizorowski coming out of the pen was nasty the other night, hit 104, which was crazy. Churio is a star in this league, in my opinion. They do have guys that can hit the ball. They hit 3 home runs in game 2 in Milwaukee. For all the complaints about them not being able to slug, they can slug. They got to win tomorrow. You don't want to send this thing to a game 5. I know it's back home in Milwaukee, but you want to squash the bug and get it over with tomorrow if you're the Brewers. I don't know who the Cubs are going to be running out there. Milwaukee kind of left one on the table today. Watching that game, they had opportunities. They just didn't put it together when they needed it, especially that bases loaded opportunity in the 8th. But the good news for the Brewers is the Cubs used pretty much all their bullpen guys. I know the Brewers use a lot of pen guys as well, but advantage Brewers, I still think, in game 4. Brewers were 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, which isn't awful. PCA's been bad. He's got anger issues. He needs to breathe. He needs to meditate. He needs to go to the J.J. McCarthy School of Meditation.
Oh my God, J.J. McCarthy references on this podcast.
PCA is hitting 227 with a 454 OPS in the postseason.
But yeah, I mean, Milwaukee has to end it tomorrow. Again, you don't want to give more hope because the more chances you give them, the more chances that there's an opportunity for the door to close. You need to squash it, kill it, and keep it moving. You got to get ready for the next round.
Yeah, so I hope that game's not at like 5 o'clock Central, so I can go.
I read it was 6:08 in Eastern, so 5:08 Central.
Oh, that sucks.
If the Phillies win, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we got a whole 24 hours. A lot can change. Maybe there's a nice little rain delay that gets in there. Yeah. maybe the heavens open up in Chicago in the north side and rain falls. But I mean, as we close, I mean, hey, Yankees are dead to me. Again, we went ad nauseum with that one. I got Seattle winning the game 5. Brewers are going to win tomorrow. I do feel like the Brewers are going to get it done. And, I mean, the Dodgers, I mean, we'll talk about them more next pod, but they're just having a very odd game tonight. I felt like Kershaw, they kind of like threw the white flag in there, just letting them in there just because. Don't want to tax the bullpen. Don't want to use your high leverage guys. And, I mean, with the Dodgers, they get a bad start from one starter, but they got 3 or 4 number ones, and depending on who you speak to. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Otani, and Yamamoto are all number 1 starters in my opinion. So, hey, they lose one. Hey, we got another bullet tomorrow. It's not like some teams that only have one guy or just
nobody. Like the Yankees for the most part.
Yeah, or you can be the Brewers or the Cubs. The Cubs don't have a 1.
The Cubs don't have, Peralta for the Brewers.
But he's not on the same level of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Otani, Tyler Glasnow, and Blake Snell.
It'll be Otani tomorrow, and Philly left one on the table in game 2 with that ninth inning. Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see what happens. I still think LA will get out of it. LA's, like I said, LA's other guys are just turning up at the right time. And as the LA fans, the Angelinos start leaving the stadium, it's typical big city, big market teams, except for New York, leaving games early. Um, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of ball left. I still think we'll get LA, Milwaukee, and we'll get a Toronto, Seattle, and we'll be talking about that on Saturday. We'll be chatting about that.
Who do you think goes for Philly tomorrow? Sanchez?
I haven't kept track of who's been pitching, but I would assume they haven't pitched Nola. I
No,
believe
he pitched today. He was their
that's right.
starter.
They pitched Nola and Ranger today, which it's crazy. I would assume. Hey, like I said, everybody's available at this point in the season. Nobody's unavailable.
No Wheeler is killer for Philly the way no Cole was killer for the Yankees.
But with Philadelphia, man, you got Kyle Schwarber at an MVP level. You got Bryce Harper, Trey Turner. Those guys got to step it up. Like those guys are MVP quality players, and they have to show up, and they have to do something. And
they did not in the games in Philly at all.
They have to show up if they want to have a chance at beating the Dodgers. They have to. When the Dodgers have guys like Kike Hernandez being crazy, and what was even crazier is last week when I went to the game, Tommy Edman was not available, and Tommy Edman's now available. So it's crazy.
Who is this guy that the Dodgers are running out in center field? Dean? I've never seen this guy in my life.
The James Outman replacement, in my opinion. No offense to James Outman, but
he's been a defensive replacement. Justin Dean. I've seen this guy on the Bat Bros.
Bat Bros Baseball.
They did a video with him, and he was talking about how he bounced around the minor leagues and finally got the call up at some point this season, I think. And he has 2 at bats for the Dodgers this season.
There's always one of those. Like I remember when the Royals won, it was Terrence Gore. Like whenever the Royals got on first, they needed a guy to steal a base. It was Terrence Gore. I know the Cubs tried to do that with Billy Hamilton, but I don't think Billy Hamilton's on the playoff roster right now. That they signed Billy Hamilton on the last possible day or the day before.
Yeah, they did.
So it's for a stolen base guy.
Last year, the Yankees had Duke Ellis
and John Berti.
John Verdi. Duke Ellis, though, was like the random one, and now it's Caballero. But that's another. Caballero didn't really get any run. And okay, last thing on the Yankees, why were they giving Volpe opportunity after opportunity after opportunity in at bats that mattered, and then when it doesn't matter in the 9th inning, the game's essentially over, 6-1, whatever the hell the score was. That's when you pinch hit Jason Dominguez for his first at bat since like the third week of September, like toward the end of the season.
That's what I said earlier, man. It's just no comment. I'm not beating a dead horse. The beautiful thing about life is that tomorrow we will wake up and we'll just keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, again, what's the plan with those two moving forward? What's that going to look like next year? We'll see.
It doesn't matter. We're not getting paid to make these decisions. We're getting paid and we don't get paid for any of this. We just do it because we enjoy to do it. And it's still it grinds my freaking gears, and it's more stress added to my life, more unneeded stress that I love adding to my life.
What, the Yankees?
Just the Yankees and making baseball decisions. It's like it's like fantasy football. It's
fantasy football is so hard.
Yeah,
it is unneeded stress that we do add to our lives, but that's why we love sports, because for the 15, 16 years now that it sucks and every single season is disappointing at the end, maybe one day there'll be that year where it's all worth it and all of the years of pain are worth it. Again, I'm not acting like Yankee fans have it bad because we're spoiled. We could be Pirates fans. Those guys haven't been in the playoffs in forever. They haven't felt any of this. They haven't had these nerve-wracking games in the postseason. And maybe that's an interesting conversation. Question for the listeners. Would you rather be a fan of a team that is just totally irrelevant, never good, never makes the playoffs? Or would you want to be fan of a team like the Yankees are an example, but also the Phillies or even the Brewers that always seem to have really good teams, make the playoffs, sometimes make deep runs, but always come up short and never get over that hump? Because it's kind of like, the 90s Bills where they made 4 straight Super Bowls and lost all of them. Would you rather that or just make no Super Bowls and be the Bears, who haven't been good in 40 years? It's
Or the Browns.
the Browns, who have never been good, the Lions, who have never won a Super Bowl, the Jets. I can't imagine being a Jets fan.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like what you're describing is gambling. You always go to the casino and you always shop 1,000 on red, and you hope for that one day that red number hits.
Isn't that what being a fan of sports is? Like,
it's literally gambling without repercussions.
But it's like, I think fans should do a better job in this day and age of like taking enjoyment of. You're not going to win the World Series every single season. 29 teams go home disappointed. One team actually wins. Like, enjoy the grind of the regular season. Enjoy the random win in July. That was a fun back and forth win against your division rival, because you're not going to win the World Series most years of your life, but there are going to be seasons where you win 90 games and they're enjoyable. There's fun moments. Like the Brewers. The Brewers had an incredible regular season, won 97 games, the best team in franchise history. Like, even if the Brewers don't win the World Series, that team gave that fan base so many moments this season for them to enjoy. And like, I know it might not end up in a World Series, it might not end up in them lifting the trophy, but like, you would think they were still moments in that season where, like, man, I love this team. I love watching this team. I had moments like that this season with the Yankees. I love baseball. I love watching the Yankees every night. Even if they don't win the World Series, I still take enjoyment in sitting down summer evening and watching baseball because I love the sport. It doesn't always have to end in a World Series. Of course, it is extremely disappointing that they came up short again, year after year after year after year. It sucks. But try to take enjoyment in the day-to-day, some aspects of the season. Watching Aaron Judge freaking play for your team, man. You could be, like I said, you could be a Pirates fan. They got the best pitcher in the sport. I get it. You could be a Rockies fan. What the heck does a Rockies fan have to look forward to watching their team? Nothing.
They actually do.
Brenton Doyle playing good defensive center field.
They actually have like weird food at the stadiums.
My case in point exactly. Like
Rocky Mountain oysters. Have you heard of Rocky Mountain oysters?
No, I don't know what that is.
So they're served at Coors games. It's a dish of deep fried bull testicles, often served at Coors.
Is that real?
Yes. I wanted to like proofread because I was gonna say bull testicles, deep fried bull testicles, before you had to be like, Luis, why did you say that on the podcast? But we're all live. But yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters. They're Rocky's bull testicles refers to Rocky Mountain oysters, a dish of deep fried bull testicles, often served at Rockies games at Coors Fields. The testicles are peeled, sliced into coins, and coated in flour and seasoning, and deep fried until crispy. The dish has a chewy, tender texture and a slightly gamey flavor, similar to calamari.
So you could be a Rockies fan, and that's all you have to look forward to with your season. So I don't know. Now it's a long, dark off season. I'm going to probably get back into reading, find some good shows, probably rewatch Band of Brothers again, like I do every single year. Enjoy the winter. Yeah, I don't care about hockey. NBA stinks right now. So we're just...
You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to read Inner Excellence, Train Your Mind for Extraordinary Performance and the Best Possible Life by Jim Murphy.
Self-improvement.
If you get the reference, that's the A.J. Brown book from the sidelines.
Oh. I think some Yankee players need to read that after this season. But anyway, anything else on this Yankee funeral?
Good way to close out. We'll be back Saturday reviewing the DSs and going to the CSs.
Yeah, and hey, 2023, we did this Yankee funeral episode in mid-May. Last year was after the World Series. Today it's October 8th. Lots of postseason baseball left to watch. We'll still be covering it, of course, for you guys. Thanks for tuning in to live stream or in the replay if you're watching it there. Yankee season is over, but we got a lot of baseball to look forward to across Major League Baseball the rest of the way. Luis, thanks as always. We'll be back on Saturday, like you said, post Game 5. Until then, peace out.